So we're 3 games into round 3, and so far I've racked up some pretty decent points. However, because all of the team sheets weren't out when I initially made my team, I've had to do a few updates. We saw Italy beat Uruguay on the opening fixture for round 3, then France absolutely smashed Namibia 96-0, and now Argentina have just beaten Samoa. So I thought it'd be a perfect time just before the weekend to bring out my updated team. There's obviously huge speculation at the moment with Antoine Dupont possibly being out of the World Cup with a fractured cheekbone. So let me know down in the comments if you guys think his World Cup is over. We've got some pretty tasty games ahead for round 3 still. England-Chile looks like a really good game, and we'll see who I've targeted in that later on. Ireland versus South Africa is bound to be probably the game of the tournament. So if you enjoyed these videos and you aren't subscribed, then please subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on to never miss a video. So looking at my team before the round started, I've obviously got Showman in there, and the 2 Georgian front rowers, Martins and George Martin, are still yet to play as well, along with Ben Earl, Dempsey, Matkova, Ollie Lawrence. So that's the players who haven't played yet. I have done some tinkering and I have updated a few of these positions. So to start off, I have kept Martins, but I've gone with Simões, I presume you pronounce it, who's actually playing number 8 for Portugal against Georgia. So 2 really solid picks for Portugal in that second row. Martins playing at 7, who picked up a try last game, still my defensive king, and Simões, who is playing number 8, so going to get good ball carrying and also, like Martins, rack up a load of tackles. Next up, looking at the England players, Kyle Sinclair is in for Pierre Showman. I just think it's a better fixture, and Kyle Sinclair hasn't really performed lately, which probably doesn't fill you with much hope that he's going to perform in this game. But I think looking at the squad, he's going to be one of the main ball carriers early on in that first half for England, so I think he can get good go forward, and we saw in the last World Cup he does have a try or 2 in his locker. Next is Billy Vunipola, who I switched out for Ben Earl. Earl, obviously on the bench, has performed really well over the past 2 games, but Billy Vunipola is in after his ban, and I think he's going to get some good game time. I think he probably needs it, and much like Sinclair, he's going to be one of the main ball carrying threats for that England team. I do think they're going to go pretty route 1, maybe not so much kicking, but route 1 as in carrying the ball hard, keeping possession of the ball, and I think Billy Vunipola can do that pretty well. Then finally, I've switched out Georgia's Matkova, who is also on the bench. Was thinking about putting in the starting 10 for Georgia, but Marcus Smith at 15 just is too good of a pick not to play, especially against the weakest team ranking-wise in Chile. I feel with George Ford on the bench that Farrell and Ford and Smith will be a combination they want to play. Therefore, I do believe Smith is going to get 80 minutes. But let me know down in the comments what you think, because it could all turn out that he may come off early, or it might be Farrell to go off early. But let me know what you think of that Smith pick. And then finally switched in for Ollie Lawrence, who actually is starting, but I've decided to go with 3 England players elsewhere. I've picked Sione Tuipulotu. So he's up against Tonga. They've only played 1 game, Scotland, against South Africa. Obviously only scored 3 points. They've gone pretty much maybe their starting team only with a few rotations. Russell, you just know he's going to have a great performance. I was so tempted to pick him, but I have gone with Smith and backed that Chile fixture. But I think Tuipulotu is also one of the pretty much the decent playmakers in that Scottish back line, and I think they're going to unlock that Tongan defence pretty easily in my opinion. So that is my updated team for round 3. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I have backed England a little bit more over than Scotland. Maybe that Russell Smith flip is going to do me dirty, but I have chosen Smith. I think England are going to perform pretty well, but we said that before. let's hope Smith does slightly better than Russell, because that's what I've gone with. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.